Should I really shoot video before I've had coffee? Fake it till I make it. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my August book roundup. I'm going to share with you short reviews and ratings for the 7 books that I read this month. If you like this content, please give me a like and subscribe, and drop me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, especially if you've read any of these books. I'd definitely like to have conversations about the books that I read here on my channel. Let's get started with one that I made a mistake on last month. So last month I reviewed The Choice by Dr. Edith Ava Eger, but I actually read it August 1st. So just in order to course correct and make this correct, the first book I read this month was The Choice by Dr. Edith Ava Eger. I don't mind talking about this twice because this is probably the best nonfiction work that I've read so far this year. Dr. Eger is an Auschwitz survivor, and it's not really about the horrors that she faced there, more about how somebody can move forward after living through such horrific times. Very, very powerful book. Easy 5 out of 5 for me. Next up, I read one on my Kindle this month, and that was News of the World by Paulette Giles. So initially I didn't like this one, mainly because I did not like her writing style. Note to authors, unless you're Cormac McCarthy, please use punctuation correctly. It just drives me crazy when authors don't use quotation marks, even when it's a small cast, because it just adds a layer of confusion that, frankly, is unwarranted. However, I did really enjoy this book. It's set in Texas, post-American Civil War, and it deals with an old war vet who is taking a little girl who was stolen from her family by the Kiowa Indians to South Texas. And it deals with the tough times. Texas was kind of a rough place at the time, as well as the bonding that happened between this old veteran and this young girl. Very, very good book, despite my early misgivings for it. I gave News of the World 4 out of 5. Then I read Fair Warning by Michael Connelly. So if you've heard me talk about Michael Connelly at all on any of my previous videos, the thing I always say about Connelly is he is the most consistent author I have read. I've read over 30 Connelly books, and I've yet to read a bad one, and this one did not disappoint. He has a lot of books that follow LAPD Detective Harry Bosch, but this one follows a journalist, Jack McAvoy. And I think the 3 McAvoy books might be Connelly's finest: The Poet, The Scarecrow, and now Fair Warning. This was a heck of a read. Like all Connelly novels, perfectly plotted, perfectly paced, nailed the landing, great character, such a great story. If you're into thrillers, crime thrillers, this one following a journalist, you will love Fair Warning by Michael Connelly. 5 out of 5. So another one I read this month was Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. So Ishiguro is a Man Booker Prize winner, as well as a winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature. And I think this is his newest book. It's fairly new, Clara and the Sun, and it deals with Clara, who is an artificial friend. So kind of like an AI that's turned into a plaything for a little girl. And these artificial friends, that's exactly what they do. They are purchased by rich families as companions for their children. And this one, frankly, was a bit disappointing because I didn't feel that it went anywhere new. I am fascinated by artificial intelligence. In fact, as a subgenre, it's one of my favorites. Some of my favorite books and movies have, this topic, but I didn't feel that Ishiguro did anything new. So it was a bit disappointing. It had the potential in the 3rd act to go someplace really interesting, and he didn't. And it was just, frankly, a bit of a disappointing read, unfortunately. But I liked it more than I didn't like it, so I did give Clara and the Sun 3 out of 5. Okay, the book series I read this month was the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. The first book is Assassin's Apprentice, which I gave 4.5 out of 5. Yes, I use 0.5 sometimes. Royal Assassin, which I gave a 5 out of 5. Fantastic second book in the trilogy. And then the conclusion, Assassin's Quest, I gave 4.5 out of 5. And that's all the review you're gonna get, because I already did a review on this. At the end of the video, I'm gonna put a link to that review where I say all the things that I love about Robin Hobb. I go in depth, although spoiler-free, in reviewing the Farseer trilogy. I really loved it. I'm already a big Robin Hobb fan, and I'll be reading more of her soon. So that was my month. 7 books, kind of a small total for me, but work is ramping up, a little bit more busy than before. Let me give you a sneak preview to next month. I'm going to be reading next month God, Emperor of Dune by Frank Herbert. Really excited for that one. Circe by Madeline Miller. This one sounds really intriguing as well. And then Stephen King's latest, Billy Summers. So those are 3 books that you can look forward to me reviewing next month on the channel. So if you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe. Drop me a comment below. You can also follow me on Twitter, where I do 1-sentence book reviews for every book that I have read this year. I'm currently reading number 73. And you can also friend me on Goodreads. I'd love to interact with you there and see the things that you're reading as well. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.